Sequels, man, they're like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you strike gold, like with Top Gun: Maverick. Other times, well, let's just say you end up with a mouthful of disappointment, like that Independence Day sequel nobody asked for. Gladiator II is stepping into this arena, and the crowd is hungry. Is Gladiator II a tribute to a legend or a cynical cash grab? We're uncovering the 7 factors that will reveal the truth. Stay tuned to see if this movie honors its legacy or betrays it. Hit subscribe and share. Let's see if Hollywood's greed is going to ruin another childhood memory. Or maybe, just maybe, they'll surprise us. All right, enough chit-chat. Let's get down to brass tacks. Let's face it, Russell Crowe was Maximus. That dude owned the role. His raw power, his emotional depth, it's gonna be tough for anyone to fill those sandals. Paul Mescal's got talent, no doubt, but he's got a mountain to climb.
You will be my instrument.
Paul Mescal, the rising Irish star known for his captivating performances in Normal People and After Sun, is set to take on the iconic role of Maximus in the highly anticipated sequel, Gladiator II. The original Gladiator was lightning in a bottle, and a huge part of that was Crowe's iconic performance. He embodied the tortured soul of Maximus, a man robbed of everything, fighting for a chance at redemption. Mescal has a tough act to follow. He needs to create a character that's equally compelling, but also distinct from Maximus. If he simply tries to imitate Crowe, he'll fall flat. But if he can bring his own unique energy and charisma to the role, he might just win us over. Mescal is a versatile actor with a proven track record of delivering powerful performances. In Gladiator II, he will have the opportunity to showcase his range and further cement his status as one of the most promising talents of his generation. Hollywood loves a good cash grab, right? It's like reheating last week's pizza.
Maximus has departed the world.
It just ain't the same. Gladiator had a perfect ending. It was a complete story. So, why mess with it? Why can't they leave well enough alone? The original Gladiator was a masterpiece. It told a self-contained story with a powerful and emotionally satisfying conclusion. Russell Crowe's Maximus Decimus Meridius emerged as an iconic character, his journey from enslaved gladiator to avenging angel resonating with audiences worldwide. The film's stunning visuals, epic battle scenes, and Hans Zimmer's unforgettable score all contributed to its critical and commercial success. Sequels often struggle to justify their existence, feeling forced or contrived. They can cheapen the impact of the original and leave fans disappointed. Gladiator's second has a lot to live up to. It needs to offer a compelling reason for us to return to this world. It needs a story that feels organic and essential, not just a rehash of the original with a new coat of paint. The decision to make a sequel to Gladiator has been met with mixed reactions. Some fans are excited to see the story continue, while others are skeptical. The challenge for Ridley Scott and his team will be to create a film that respects the legacy of the original while also offering something new and exciting. Maximus's death wasn't just an ending, it was a sacrifice. It gave the story its heart and soul. His ghost hangs heavy over the sequel. Will they handle his legacy with the respect it deserves, or will they cheapen it with cheesy flashbacks and forced references? Maximus's final moments in the Colosseum were a gut punch. A reminder of the cost of freedom and the enduring power of the human spirit.
Was a soldier of Rome. Honor him.
His memory is sacred to fans of the original. The sequel needs to acknowledge his sacrifice without exploiting it. Flashbacks and references can be powerful tools, but they need to be used sparingly and with purpose. Otherwise, they risk feeling like cheap tricks, undermining the emotional impact of the original. Nostalgia's a hell of a drug, isn't it? It can make us feel all warm and fuzzy, but it can also blind us to a sequel's flaws.
Too much.
Gladiator II is walking a tightrope.
And I love that.
The original Gladiator is beloved for its epic scope, its visceral action, and its emotional core. The sequel can't simply rely on recreating those same elements. It needs to offer something new, something that builds on the foundation of the original while also forging its own identity. Too much nostalgia can be a crutch, preventing the sequel from standing on its own 2 feet. All right, let's give credit where credit's due. Paul Mescal's the real deal. He's got that quiet intensity that draws you in, but can he carry a blockbuster franchise on his shoulders? Mescal is a rising star, but this is his biggest role yet. The success of Gladiator II rests heavily on his performance. He needs to embody the spirit of a gladiator, the courage, the ferocity, the vulnerability. If he can capture our hearts the way Crow did, he could become the next big thing. But if he falters, the whole movie could suffer. The original Gladiator was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $460 million worldwide against a $103 million budget. It won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Russell Crowe.
And the Oscar goes to Gladiator.
The film's success helped launch Crowe's career and made him a household name. Mescal has a lot to live up to, but he's a talented actor with a bright future. If he can deliver a performance that matches Crowe's, he could become the next big star. And if Gladiator II is a success, it could launch a new franchise that will keep audiences entertained for years to come.
Yes.
Ridley Scott's a legend, no doubt about it. The man's a visual storyteller like no other. But let's be honest, he's had his share of duds too. His recent track record has been mixed, with some hits and some misses. Gladiator II needs his A game. He needs to bring his signature visual flair and epic storytelling to the project, while also avoiding the pitfalls that have plagued some of his recent work. Some of his recent films, like Prometheus and Exodus: Gods and Kings, have been met with mixed reviews.
Prometheus?
Criticized for their convoluted plots, lack of character development, and over-reliance on special effects. He needs to go back to the basics and focus on what made his early films so iconic. Strong characters, gripping plots, and stunning visuals. In the end, it all comes down to this. The Colosseum is packed, the gladiators are ready, and the crowd is baying for blood. Will Gladiator II be a worthy successor as a film that stands tall alongside the original? Or will it fall flat on its face? A pale imitation that tarnishes a legend? The final judgment is yours. The anticipation for Gladiator II is palpable. Fans of the original are both excited and apprehensive. They want to return to the world they love, but they're also afraid of being disappointed. The sequel has a lot to prove. It needs to deliver on its promises, offering a thrilling story, stunning visuals, and memorable characters. If it can do that, it will have the potential to become a classic in its own right. But what if it doesn't? What if Gladiator II is a disappointment? What if it fails to live up to the hype? Then it will be nothing more than a footnote in the history of cinema, a movie that was quickly forgotten. The stakes are high and the pressure is on. Will Gladiator II rise to the occasion, or will it crumble under the weight of expectations? All right, folks, let's hear it. What are your hopes and fears for Gladiator II? Are you excited, nervous, or somewhere in between? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this conversation started. And hey, while you're at it, hit that subscribe button and join our crew. We've got plenty more movie madness coming your way.